feel like I'm asking this almost every game now, but what'd you think of the contribution you got off the bench tonight?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Just looking at the box score, Belly, Gary, and Andre, first three guys off the bench, plus 33, plus 23, plus 26. They all played 17 minutes. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I thought New Orleans really came out in that first quarter. They're playing hard and knocking down shots, and the bench came in and kind of settled us down, got some stops, and got the game back in our favor. Well, the game just works when he's on the floor. I mean, everything flows. The ball goes to the right person. The right cut is made. And I could say the same thing with Belly and Otto. We already had that with Damian and Juan. So it's just beautiful to watch when you got a whole group of guys who are connected and the ball's moving and they see the game well together. But Andre has always been the guy to tie it all together, and he's back to doing that for us these days, which is makes our job as a coaching staff just way easier.
You took 53s and 42s. I didn't look like you were. I mean, the guys were just flinging the threes. Were those in the system? Were those fine to take that many?
Yeah, I didn't even know that until you just mentioned it. So it wasn't anything that seemed out of character or out of system. I just thought we got good shots, and the ball was moving, and the guys did a great job of finding each other.
You did miss 13 threes in a row. Were you cognizant of that, or did you feel it?
Yeah, they did a good job in the second quarter. They kind of changed the matchups around. They had Valanciunas guarding Wiggins, and anytime you can sort of tweak the game a little bit, it just changes the look and the feel of the game. And I thought that was a good move by them strategically. And, we had some open looks, but we weren't making them. And I think that stretch was probably the end of the second quarter, I'm guessing. Or end of the third quarter. Into the third. Yeah. So, that last stretch in the second was we were getting open looks. And that's what I told the guys at halftime. I said, just, keep playing. Don't worry if the ball's not going in. If you're getting good shots, that's the whole point of the game. And just we knew that they would go in eventually.
I know you talked a lot about Peyton after the last game, but just what can you say about the energy he continues to bring as his role continues to increase here?
Yeah, he's really a weapon. He is really a dynamic player. And I think the fit with this year's team is so good because he's got shooting around him. So we can almost invert the offense. Gary can become the dive man and pick and roll. And then we've got our big guys, Belly and Otto, out at the 3-point line. So it's an interesting, different kind of look. And Gary is so effective as a dive guy, lob catcher, good passer, out of the short roll. So he's a real weapon. And you saw it again tonight.
Steve, 36 assists and 12 turnovers. What do those numbers mean to you?
That's the goal. 12 turnovers is our goal. And tonight felt like the game we kept it simple. Only stretch we had where it didn't feel great was, our defense early on, and then that late second quarter, drought, but it wasn't because we were, getting good shots. It was, we just were missing. That's all. So all in all, I just felt like everybody kept making the simple play, and that's crucial.
This is another depth question, but you were talking before the game about wanting to change up Steph's minutes, allowing him to sit in the first and in the third. So how is it to now not only be able to sit him, keep him under 30 minutes tonight, but not have to worry about what's going to happen in those non-Steph minutes that you're not going to necessarily lose the lead or lose any steam?
Yeah, I mean, we have to establish that. It hasn't been seamless, but that's one of the reasons we're playing with the rotation a little bit and trying to buy him a couple minutes in the first quarter. At times, if he's rolling, we keep him out there. If we feel like we can buy a couple minutes, great. the other group that comes in is rolling, then we'll keep him on the bench and then start him in the second quarter. So he's been really open to trying different stuff. He knows how much talent we have on this roster, and we should be experimenting with a lot of different combinations, which we're doing. And he's been great, but it is fun to see him on the floor to start the second and fourth quarter with a group of guys who can shoot, because it's pretty tough to guard that.
I'm sure you love seeing 41, 22, 21-point margins. But what does it mean to have that time kind of at the end of the fourth quarter where the game's been decided a little bit, you're able to get maybe some of these younger guys some playing time?
Yeah. You just want to keep those guys fresh and happy. And when you can put your rookies out there and get them a good run, and the bench is, up and cheering, and, these are the nights that go a long way. And so, it's a great start for the team, and we're in a good place. We just got to keep going, keep getting better. But, just take advantage of the home schedule right now and see where it all goes.
Go ahead.
100%. Everybody is loving playing together. Belly is, you can see how skilled he is, and the way we play, he becomes a focal point in the offense as a passer a lot, not just as a pick and pop shooter. And he loves to pass. He loves to play make. He grew up doing that, and you can see how skilled he is. So when you have a bunch of guys who can all do that and the ball moves, that's the most fun way to play basketball. So they're all having fun. The coaches are too.
Steph asked you just, hey, can I just finish quarters if we're going to tweak it around? Is there anything because he's always finished quarters, he's always played the first and the third all the way through. If you tweak that a little bit, as he requested, hey, can I at least finish the quarters?
No, he hasn't requested anything yet. I think we're in the stages where, we're experimenting a little bit. I love having him close quarters. I mean, he's the best in the world at 2-for-1s, half court shots. I mean, you want him out there at the end of the quarter. On the other hand, if you make a substitution and the team is going well, then you just let that group go, and that would be the time to bring Steph back to start the second. So I don't know that there's going to be a set pattern. As long as our players are comfortable doing it this way, then we can just kind of ride the hot combinations and find different combinations during the course of the game that are working well.
You start the fourth with both Steph and Jordan. I don't know if you would plan. Is that the plan for them to be together to start the second and the fourth?
It wasn't the plan before the game, but we felt like that was a good idea, because we felt like we could get a look at that lineup with both of them on the floor, with Belly and Otto and Andre, because of the shooting and the offensive capability of that group. And because we had a good lead, and we felt like if Steph could have a good, 3 or 4 minutes with that group, maybe we could sit him the rest of the night. And that's what happened. Yeah, I thought his 7 minutes were good. He was flying around defensively. We were switching everything, and he's tough to get around. He's big and strong, and I thought offensively he made some good plays off passing the ball, and he had the one drive to the hoop. So good minutes for him.